What's up, guys? Today we're going to be using this little guy to have a little bit of a showdown between these two guys behind me. We're going to be putting my heavily modified 2003 Mitsubishi Evo VIII against my mostly stock 1994 Toyota Supra. Now, I know that might seem a little crazy because it's blaringly obvious that the Evo is going to be much faster than the Supra, but that is sort of the point. We're gonna have this be sort of like an ongoing thing as we modify the Supra to try and make it just as fast as the Evo is. So today we're gonna go out and we're gonna do some pulls using the Draggy, which if you don't know what a Draggy is, that is a little GPS-based unit that allows you to go out and get some acceleration parameters on whatever vehicle you're in. It uses the GPS to let you know how the car is performing. So it can give you quarter mile time, it can give you eighth mile time, it gives you 0 to 60, 60 to 130, which seems to be the popular one, probably the one that we're going to compare today with both of these cars. So we're gonna see exactly where the Supra sits in comparison to the Evo. I have a feeling that it's gonna be quite the difference, but we'll see. First, just kind of a quick overview of what's done to the Evo. So it is a fully built 2-liter. It has forged pistons, rods, forged crank. It is a forward-facing Garrett G3900. Right now it is on about 25% ethanol on the stock ECU, and on this ethanol it's running just under 30 pounds of boost, about 29 pounds of boost. When it's on full E85 it runs about 36 on the current setup. We will be changing this car quite a bit before we start chasing it with the Supra. So this is just sort of like a preliminary test to kind of see where they're at. I do have a feeling that the Evo is going to still be quite a bit faster than the Supra, even a little bit down on the type of power that it usually makes. But we'll get more into the future plans for the Evo in upcoming videos. And then, of course, the Supra, which is mostly stock. It has a couple of bolt-ons. It has Powerhouse Racing downpipe, HKS exhaust, front mount intercooler. It's got the obnoxious tires on the back of course, which honestly will probably slow it down at this point, having a 28-inch tall tire on the back of it. It does have the Groundless Racing T56 kit. It does have sort of like all the little tricks and stuff that you can do to the Turbo Supras that get a little bit more power out of them. It has a fuel pump rewire, it has true twin conversion, manual boost controller. It's running somewhere around 18 pounds, 17, 18 pounds on the stock twins. It's just on 93 stock ECU for right now. So we're gonna take them both out and kind of see how they do against each other, and then we'll go from there.
All right, so that didn't exactly go according to plan. Both of the cars, as you can see, ran into some issues doing the pulls. This is the first time I've ever used the Draggy. I'm not real familiar with the 60 to 130, which is sort of like the benchmark nowadays for street cars. I was really interested to see what both of these cars could do. The Evo, just kind of being on really low ethanol, lower boost than usual, was a little bit slower than I thought it was going to be. And then on top of that, having to shift into fifth, it just wasn't working. The Evo transmission is just stock. It's just a stock 5-speed, nothing done to it. The same with the transfer case, which is sort of like the weak point in the car right now. We may have to, I mean, if we want to use this as the benchmark moving forward for the two cars sort of competing against each other, then we're gonna have to do some work. I know that there's companies out there that take the Evo transmission and they'll change the gearing in them, a little bit of a longer fourth gear to make it go faster, to kind of cover off running out of gear in fourth in the quarter mile. So that could be what potentially needs to happen. Same thing goes for the transfer case. I mean, you might as well send the transfer case in if both of them are going to be out. That way you get, you have all your bases covered, and then the drivetrain in the car should be pretty solid from that point for the power that we plan to make with the car. So the Supra, it hit some kind of limiter at like 115 mile an hour. So it also didn't make it to 130, which the gearing in that car with the automatic rear end and the T56 in it, fourth gear in that car will easily do 130, but it just didn't get there. It hit the limiter. And doing a little bit of research online, I didn't know that the car had a limiter on it. It's the first time I've ever had the car that fast. I'm finding conflicting information online about the Supras having limiters. In order for this car to be able to do 130, it seems like I'm gonna have to switch to some type of standalone. So we might kind of switch up either how we're comparing the two cars or the way that we're gonna build them. So we have a couple of car shows coming up, which I want to take at least one of the cars to. We're trying to take both of them out of state, so I'm trying to figure out some type of way to get both the cars to a big car show that's a couple hours away. I have a truck and trailer that I can take one of the cars with, but in order to get both of them down there, like trailering both of them, because I'd rather not drive them that far, I'm just gonna have to try and figure something out. So coming up, we're gonna do a couple of modifications to the Evo. Nothing crazy, just some cosmetic stuff, clean it up a little bit, get it ready for the car show. I know that the original plan was to make the Evo as fast as possible and then try and play catch up with the Supra, but in light of recent events, or just because I want to, maybe we're gonna make the Supra a little bit faster sooner than expected.